Welcome back to another wonderful property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Davidson, North Carolina, taking a look at another gorgeous luxury home. And this time, we have a model by AR Homes. Now, starting on the outside, family, we do have that contemporary look. You have the stacked stone along with the hardy siding, but more importantly, look at the color combination. Really contemporary and stands out. Now, you have a 3-car garage. Straight ahead, you have a single car garage bay, and then you have a 2-car garage right here to the right. Modern wall lights on the outside. Now, straight ahead, you have a couple of access doors getting you inside, and we'll see that a little bit later on, so stay tuned. Now, you are in Copper Pine, so you do have a total of 20 home sites right here and surrounded by mature trees. And the good thing is you do have the space between you and the neighbors, and there's a preserve, so you don't have to worry about any building anytime soon. Now, as we continue around the walkway here, look at the front facing facade. The beautiful stacked stone going into the covered front porch. Look at the statement that it certainly creates. Now here, the cool thing about the property is you may notice some similarities when we were out in Brentwood and we saw the Radiance. So once we walk the floor plan, you'll see the continuity, but really it just is a beautiful property. Now, also, this is AR Homes, so it's a fully custom builder. So if there's some things in the house that you may or may not want, you can certainly change it up as you please. As we continue here, you have the massive double front doors with the glass panes and the transom windows, bringing in a ton of natural light. Look at that. Stunning. Now let's go ahead and get you inside this beautiful property. Okay. So right when you walk into the foyer, you have the double height ceilings. Here, look at the modern staircase. And then, of course, you got the alcove right here. Stunning. Now, throughout the home, you are going to have 10-foot ceilings. Right here in the great room, you see that we have the double tray, and that is a little bit over 11 feet. Look at the way the property takes advantage of those incredible views back there, which we'll get to a little bit later on. I'll turn your attention to the front door from the inside. Perfect. Now, you have this push to open here for your coat closet. So really discreet and modern. And then the home is completely automated. You see the built-in speakers here. Now, once we head to the great room, look at the modern fireplace. You have your built-ins right there to the right, the perfect illumination, and then the hardwood floors really setting the tone. So again, you do have the multiple sliding doors. You can open that up for the indoor, outdoor flow, and that seamless transition. Okay, so as we always do, family, let's go ahead and work our way around the perimeter of the property so that way we don't miss a thing. Now, going into your primary suite, you see the double doors here. So really creating an experience. And then here's your primary bedroom. So extremely spacious here. You have the discrete floor registers. You have a sitting area straight ahead, perfect for reading a book, relaxing, and having a great time. Not to mention, you see the pendant lights right above your nightstands, and then you have cove lighting and that floating ceiling design. And let's go ahead and do a full pan. So that is a king size bed. You have your nightstands, you have the sitting area, your dresser here, and you still have a ton of walk room. Lovely. Now, looking at the primary bathroom, family, this is going to be separated by the pocket door. A lot of seamless transitions throughout some of these rooms. Now here you have marble counters. Look at that, the floating ceiling with the cove lighting design, beautiful sconces, and that really just does a great job of the accents. You have a glass enclosed walk-in shower, and then your freestanding tub here. And then you see the LED lights. Beautiful. So you have your water closet right over here to the left. And then of course, your towel closet here. So again, model homes, we featured plenty of them on the channel and you folks really love them just because they are dressed to the nines. They show what is possible and they push the boundaries. So I had to get you in here. Now you have the curbless shower here, plenty of space. You can add the waterfall shower head if you prefer. And then of course your shower niche there. And then straight ahead, you have your primary closet. Look at how massive this is. The massive windows, you see your built-ins right over here. And then of course, your closet island there. Let's go ahead and open up some of these drawers for you. All soft close. Look at the plethora of drawers. Even on this side too. Outstanding. Let's go ahead and open this up for you. Now, if it's something where you prefer a stackable washer and dryer inside of the primary closet, you can always add that too. So that's a good thing about going with a custom builder. Okay, so we'll bring you right back out. You see the abundance of windows, family. Really love that. Now we'll start right here in the kitchen. So you have the flat panel European cabinet fronts here. Then you have the two-tone cabinetry, quartz counters, and then of course the marble up the backsplash. Look at the massive island. You have the sink, and that is overlooking the backyard oasis. So this would be your incredible view every day. Okay, so you are going to have tray ceilings with cove lighting, pendant lights right above your massive island here. You see you got the monogram range, 6 burners with the griddle, stainless steel vent hood, and that seamless look. Now, as we always do, let's go ahead and open up some of these drawers for you. Got a trash drawer right down here. On the other side, you have your stainless steel dishwasher. And you know when it makes that tune, you have something special. Now here, you are going to have the push to open cabinetry. Again, that seamless look. And of course, the upper cabinets as well. Straight ahead, you have a massive refrigerator. And again, we'll go around the perimeter. Trust me, everything will come full circle. Now, on the other side, you have your built-in microwave here, monogram as well, or monogram, excuse me. And then look at your scullery. Huge. So again, you're seeing some similarities with that Radiance model out in Brentwood. So you have your secondary refrigerator, your built-in dishwasher on this side too. Of course, you have a massive window overlooking the front yard. And then heading into the scullery, you have the frosted privacy glass. So imagine, the Thanksgiving dinner, the Christmas dinner, it might be a bit messy back here. You go ahead and close that door and you still have that presentable look. Since we're here, we might as well open up this refrigerator for you too. Wonderful. So again, the hardwood floors extend this way. Now heading to your utility room, you see the frosted privacy glass that we had seen. Plenty of space for your oversized washer and dryer right here to the right. Now, again, you have that access door right there to that porch area. And I'm going to show you straight ahead in just a second. But this is a mudroom utility room combination. So you imagine coming in from your garage, you go ahead and put your coats here, and you are good to go. Now the garage is being occupied right now, so we'll leave that to be. But right here, you have a home delivery center. Really neat. So imagine you're getting your packages delivered. You go ahead and give them the code. They can't access the home. They can only access right here, and then they can drop their package off. In addition to that, if you have groceries being delivered, and maybe for some reason they don't have the time slot you need available for convenience, they can go ahead and put that in here, and then you can go ahead and continue to work and get home on your schedule. Thought that was a really neat feature. Now, right out here, again, that'll lead you to your driveway and motor court there. So you see, has that keypad, so they can go ahead and access that. You have your single car garage straight ahead, and then I'm going to show you what that door leads to in just a moment. All right, so please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hopefully you are enjoying this property just as much as I am. Okay, so now right here you have a casual dining space. Really neat, extremely open and interactive. So you have the modern sconce right there. And look at this full pan. Wonderful. Now you have a wine fridge here, so you can go ahead and fix you a drink. Even on this side, how the counters extends right along here. And then you have your wine closet straight ahead. And please let me know in the comments how many bottles you think this wine closet can hold. Wonderful. Okay, so now this is the perfect guest suite. I'll turn your attention over here to the left. You see that door leading you right there to that porch that we had come from. And let's see the full space. Now this room feels endless in dimensions. As far as the king bed, the 2 nightstands, you have a kitchenette straight ahead. Look at how cool that is. Your guests are going to love this. So again, 10-foot ceilings. Let's go ahead and take a look at the kitchenette. Custom cabinetry. You have a monogram microwave, a beverage fridge, a built-in sink, and then beautiful cabinets. And of course, you have a casual sitting area too, because why not, right? Now here you have your walk-in closet, and that is separate from your bathroom. So you do have a curb shower, but you have that brushed nickel for your shower head and your shower valve. Beautiful. And that's not all, folks. We still have to take a look right here to the left. Now, you are going to have a powder bath right here. So again, imagine entertaining. If you have guests over quite often, they're going to appreciate the convenience. You go ahead and come in from this door if you're hanging out in the backyard, and then walk 2 steps and you're right here in a half bath. Beautiful cabinet fronts too, shaker style. Now here you have your den. Look at this. You have your picture window there. You see your roller shades, and then of course you have your vaulted ceilings. But the neat thing is it is tiered. So extremely versatile. If you want to use this as a study, you can certainly do that. Have great views of the backyard. Or if you want to use this as a lounge area, you can certainly do that as well. So really just a lot of modern finishes that folks are absolutely loving. And then again, if it's something where you want to build from scratch, you can do that. If you want to choose from one of their spec homes, in fact, they have one coming soon to the market in a few days. So certainly keep an eye out for that. Now going up the stairs, you have that modern chandelier. A lot of folks are loving that. You have a clear story window there too, bringing in a ton of natural light. And look at this. Wow, lovely. Now, as I pan you upwards, you see the floating ceiling, again, the tray, and then look at the size of this room here, family. So you have a geometric accent wall there. You got your picture windows overlooking the incredible views. And again, we'll see that in just a moment. Now, once you head over here, you have a little loft area on this side, more of a billiards room or a club room, and a lounge all in one. So you see the beverage fridge, you have a half bath again, and then the custom flat panel cabinet fronts. I'll give you a quick peek of the backyard before we head out there. So you see the modern light fixture right here. And that is just a breath of fresh air. So you can have folks hanging out up here, having a great time. You know, the kiddos can have this spot. Maybe they want to read a good book. Wonderful. Okay, again, we're gonna work our way around the perimeter. I always feel like that helps with not missing a thing. Got a nice little storage closet here. So the first bedroom on the second level is here. So it is tucked away, so it has that privacy element. You get your egress windows here, a queen bed, you got a desk and a nightstand. And it'll just show you what is possible. Look at the modern sconces, shaker style cabinets, the modern mirror frame. Of course it is that matte black look. Now here you are going to have the shower tub combo. And then your walk-in closet. Now this one is separated by the pocket door. Look at the space. So over 5,500 square feet of interior living space, and you really can see where it is being utilized. The good thing is these secondary bedrooms aren't too small for the most part. So that is extremely practical. I've been seeing a lot of models, at least over the last year. And sometimes when we go into some of these secondary bedrooms, you're wondering where the space went, right? But certainly not here. Now I'll show you to the left, which is the fifth bedroom in just a moment, but it is versatile as well. I'll show you the fourth one here. Again, you have your queen bed there, your two nightstands. Look at the space that you have on both sides of the nightstands. Get your dresser right here. Now, before I show you the bathroom, let's take a look at this space. Now, you are going to have a walk-in closet here, and then straight ahead is additional storage. But I know some folks are getting extremely creative, having the children's retreat, or just extra space in general, just for over the years. Maybe you want to change it up how you utilize this space. It's always nice to have. You can kind of see the attic space. And in addition to that, it's always fascinating to see how folks finish out some of their attic spaces, right? It is amazing. And if you haven't seen so, I encourage you to do so. You can see it, gosh, anywhere on Pinterest, TikTok, or Instagram, which is where I see a lot of mine. Okay, now heading here, you have your pocket door again. Look at this. The modern vanity and the mirror frame and the beautiful sconce really complements the counters very well. Your sliding glass door leading you in your walk-in shower. Okay, so now heading here, again, a pocket door. I'm going to take you straight back here first, and we'll work our way around. Now, technically, this is the 5th bedroom, but again, with it being versatile, you can use it as you please. You see they have it set up as a nice home gym. If you want to use this as a media space, you can do that as well. Got a couple recess areas here, so plenty of storage. But it does have a closet in the bathroom and the egress window. So some folks would probably use this as a 5th bedroom. Now, I encourage you to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, folks like to go through those and just see different ideas. All right, so now heading to the bathroom here. And I do apologize, my voice is a bit hoarse. Me and my family went to Carowinds yesterday and went on a couple of intense roller coasters, and I was yelling at the top of my lungs, so I do apologize. But it was definitely a blast. Okay, now you got your closet here. And the closet space here. So again, extremely versatile. Let me know how you would utilize this space, but the fact that it is fully equipped, it is fully functional to be a bedroom. All right, so it looks like we about covered the 1st level and the 2nd level. Last but certainly not least, we'll go ahead and get you to the backyard, which is my favorite part, especially when you have the pool and spa and then the abundance of yard. So again, you can open up the sliders in the kitchen and the great room and the casual dining space, and then you will get the perfect breeze. I mean, right now it's about 50 degrees, and I tell you what, it's the perfect weather right now. Okay, so right out here, look at that. The perfect fireplace. You see the built-in speakers, at least extends from the inside to the outside, so that's great. You can turn your favorite tunes on and you are good to go. You got the wood soffit that extends over here. So if you want to take your meal from the inside to the outside, you can do that with ease. Look at that. Incredible. Now again, it extends right here. That's the door that'll lead you inside. In a couple of steps, you'll be in that half bath. And then you have your built-in grill. Plenty of counter space. Open that up for you. And again, you have your pool and spa, but look at the way this wraps around. So it is all inclusive, perfect for hosting and entertaining. And I love it. You have the infinity edge. And then look at the mature trees. What more could you really ask for, right? Love it. And then straight ahead, you have a nice little sitting area to hang out, relax, and enjoy some great conversations. And of course, the back of the property. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful luxury home right here in Davidson, North Carolina. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this beautiful property. Is this something you can see yourself living in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. If you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour. Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are back again in Brentwood, Tennessee, looking at another gorgeous luxury home for sale. And I want to give a huge thank you to the listing agent, Chad Hornick with Remax Choice Properties, for allowing us to tour his beautiful listing and bringing it to the channel. I'll make sure to leave all of the information in the description below. Now, starting on the exterior, family, you see that we have that gorgeous modern contemporary look. You are going to have the black brick along with the wood accents. You have a 3-car garage. This one is situated on a 1.19 acre lot. Now, it's starting to rain a little bit right now, family, so I do apologize for rushing it, but I do want to get you inside of this beautiful home. Now, you see that we have the stacked stone going into the covered front porch, the gorgeous LED wall lights right here as well. Let's get underneath the shade. Love this. Okay, so we caught it just in time. You see the front landscaping, you see plenty of space available, and the driveway itself. Look how perfect that is. Now let's get you inside of this beautiful home because we have a lot to cover. All right. That is lovely. So immediately whenever you walk in, you're greeted to this gorgeous 2-story foyer. 20-foot ceilings. You're going to have 11-foot ceilings inside of the great room, and then the 9-foot ceilings once we go upstairs. But what I really want you to pay attention to is look at this. Gorgeous stacked stone continues inside of the home. So you have the stacked stone accent wall on both sides. Then this is a handcrafted floating staircase. And then there's actually 2 sets of stairs inside of this home. We'll get to the other one a little bit later on. And then you have these beautiful white oak floors. Now you're going to see that theme throughout this home. And then of course, in some of the bedrooms, you may have some carpet, but love what I'm seeing so far. Okay, so going inside of the great room, you see we have the triple tray ceilings, gorgeous LED light fixture right there. Then you have this modernized gas fireplace, then the decorative wood fireplace surround. That's going to be a heat and glow. And then those panels really just stands out. So this home is going to be the epitome of indoor outdoor living. You're going to notice the sliders, so access to the outside, or at least the backyard. In this case, you have 10-foot sliders right there in the great room, as well as heading to the kitchen. And then look at that. I know you're getting a load of that kitchen. I can't wait to show you that one. Okay, so before we continue, loved the floating ceiling right there. You see the cove lighting inside of there. Then you have this massive island quartzite, and then quartz on the backsplash. So a great combination that you really don't see. Really great craftsmanship. So these pendant lights right here, right above our island, really stand out as well. And then of course you do see that we have the flat panel custom cabinetry throughout this home. But really, I could let the home speak for itself. So I'm gonna let you take this all in. You see that we have the high-end appliances as well. So this is gonna be your Wolf oven. You got the 6-burner as well as the griddle itself. So let me know in the comments what you think about this combination. I think they've just done a fantastic job. And then I linked the developer's information in the description. So this is AR Homes Nashville, right? So they build in quite a bit of locations. And this is the first time we've actually seen AR Homes on this particular channel. And you know, there's nothing but great things that we hear about them all the time. And so far, so good. So let me open up some of these drawers for you. So you got your trash drawer right there. Let's see the size and the scope of these drawers as well. You got the soft close mechanism, and you will see that you will have the push to open mechanism as well. Look at that. Plenty of storage available. You have the 2-tone cabinetry as well. So really just an overall entertainer's dream. There's plenty of space to work with, and not to mention, wait till we go around to the left side. But before we do, you see you have the panel ready refrigerator. This is going to be the Sub-Zero Wolf. Look at that. We got some Sprite, some Diet Coke in there. Love when we got some nice surprises. And that's a Callaway Blue. That's some fancy water right there. Now I'm going to pan you slowly to the left. Look at this, family. Wow. Have you seen this before? So you see this is a full prep kitchen. You do have your island dead center in the middle. You got an additional sink over here to the right. You have the panel ready dishwasher and a panel ready refrigerator, a secondary one right behind me. You got the stacked cabinetry as well. So all of it is flat panel and custom. And then the two-tone combination continues right here. But I'll do a full pan of you. And this is not the pantry itself. You see straight ahead where our pocket door is. That's the pantry as well. So you have so much storage available right here. Even right above here, look at this. As you can see, wow. So you have storage galore. This is that secondary refrigerator. And then heading into our pantry, look at this. So much storage available, and we have just got started in this home. So in here you got the shaker cabinetry. You even got some additional storage right here with the chrome hardware and the chrome hook right there. So you just hang anything you really need to, right? So let me know what you're thinking about this home. Now, straight ahead, we'll see. You know what? Let's just go ahead and see it. We're already here, right? Why not, right? Look at this utility room, family. So it flows extremely seamlessly. That's one thing that I'm noticing as we're walking throughout this home. You see, you've got the mud room, utility room combination. You got your coat closet right over here. You are going to have a 3-car garage, and not to mention all the driveway space you still have available. So you got quartz countertops in here. The two-tone cabinetry extends in here, so creating that uniformity. And then look at this massive washer and dryer. So this is the model home. If you haven't realized it, it's called the Radiance by AR Homes. So they've done a fantastic job of this. Look at this. And then you got your shades right there. And then the white oak floors continues this way. Let's open up this garage. So you see that you have a 3-car garage right there. So it's a true 3-car garage instead of the tandem that folks have gotten used to. Love what I'm seeing. And then right over here is the second staircase. We'll go up the first one first, so that way you can get a look at the home as if you're walking in for the first time. Hopefully the layout just flows extremely well for you. Okay, so now heading into our dining room. You see our 10-foot sliders extends inside of here, but look at this. Just the amount of details inside of here. The continued dry bar, the flat panel two-tone cabinetry. You got a wine room straight ahead. And like we always talk about, if you're not a wine drinker, totally fine, but it's always nice to have. I'd rather have it and not need it versus need it and not have it. Word to the wise. I love for you to throw a guess on how many bottles think it fit in there, but glass enclosed floor to ceiling. Got your beautiful modern sconces as well, and plenty of room to work with. Just look at that. What a wonderful job. Okay, so now heading to this wing of the house, right? So you are going to have this access door right here leading there. If you didn't want to open up the sliders for whatever reason, you just wanted to have a quick access to the backyard or the patio, you can certainly do that. Now, heading inside of here, this is our den. So you can really do whatever you want to do with this. You're gonna notice once we head upstairs, there's a ton of other rooms to work with. So some folks you might be thinking right now, maybe use this as a game room, a study, nice little flex room. Really, you can do what you please, but more of like a little formal area or something of that nature. And then of course it extends over here. But look at those built-ins there. What a great job they've done. And I know what you may be thinking, of course, this is the model home. It's going to be dressed to the nines, but this one is actually for sale as we speak for $4.25 million. So if it's something where you are in the market and you're looking for a home, move-in ready, then I'd say certainly inquire. Okay, so now this is going to be our first bedroom. This is a guest suite. Believe it or not, that is a king size bed with your 2 nightstands. Look at the amount of room that you have in here. Okay, so as far as the dimensions in here, you're gonna have the 10-foot ceilings, but you're gonna have 14 by 15 approximately, give or take a little bit, but 14 by 15. So that just gives you an idea of the size of this room. Of course, you have the king size bed, so that really gives you an idea. But then you got the 3 windows with your shades, nice generously sized walk-in closet. You got your massive copier, right? And printer here, all in one. You got your pocket door there. Beautifully staged. And if I find out who staged this home, I'll make sure to add it to the description, because I always like when they get their credit, because goodness gracious, done a fantastic job. Okay, this is our full bathroom. This is going to be a shared bath. So you got your quartz countertops, you got your flat panel cabinetry, a towel closet right over here to the left, that modernized sconce right above there. Very sleek and beautifully crafted. Beautiful shower niche right there. That shower surround just does a great job of complementing that vanity in a perfect way. And this way you get a close up here. I try to slow myself down a little bit. I get too excited so often. So when I go back and rewatch these videos, I'm like, okay, Marcus, slow down for the folks. So hopefully I'm going slow enough for you. And I love that that quartzite extends here. Well, what you will notice is the quartz backsplash is in the kitchen, but over here on the dry bar, you see we have the quartzite backsplash. Beautiful. Okay. So that was a shared bathroom, but you are still going to have a half bath down here and an additional half bath upstairs. So your half bath, or at least the first one, will be right here. Look at that beautiful wallpaper, quartz countertops. You see this fluted cabinet door. Then you have accent lighting right underneath there, illuminating this bathroom. Beautiful. And then now we're going to head to the primary suite. And then the dimensions inside of the great room is 17 by 22, almost 23. So that'll give you a reference. So now you got these double doors heading to your owner suite. Then we're going to head over here to the left. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Beautiful primary suite that we have. Look at the room that you have. So 17 by 17 are the dimensions in here. Then you will notice that floating ceiling design closer to the headboard, the decorative wall panel right there as well. Plenty of space, right? Your king size bed, your 2 nice size nightstands with your dresser. You got your additional sitting area over here, and you still have a ton of walk room to work with. And then not to mention those beautiful pendant lights right above our nightstands. And look at what we have here. Make sure you stay tuned for the primary closet. I don't think you want to miss that. But now you see that. Look at this. Very modernized, the quartz counters with the chrome hardware. Inside of here, you got your dual sinks, your freestanding tub right here. So cool thing is, you already got your, your shades right here. So you don't have to worry about privacy, because I know I get that quite often as far as the comments are concerned. So I love the fact that they added that. Then you have your glass enclosed walk-in shower. Look how massive this is. You got your shower wand right over here to the right. Your shower head straight ahead. LED lights in here with a massive shower niche. I gotta get a close up of that for y'all. Look how deep that is. And of course your chrome shower valve. Beautiful. So before we take a look at the primary closet, I'll make sure you see the water closet. You got your shades inside of there as well. Then you have a towel closet here. Now slowly turn you around. And let's go ahead and head to the primary closet. Okay. So your built-ins are perfection. Floor to ceiling, you have the cabinetry on top right there. So you can stow away some things. You already have a closet island, floor to ceiling shoe rack right here. So maybe hers is on the left and then yours is on the right or vice versa. But if not, you can always go around this way. And there you go. Man, there is so much room in here. And like we always talk about, I noticed based on the comments, based on the feedback, that we love a his and hers closet. But in this instance, I think you may make an exception. Of course, I welcome your feedback in the comments below. But you have a ton of room available. And then even the drawers in the closet island are soft close. And then the pocket door right over here. Now let's do one more glimpse. You see the windows galore, plenty of, or at least an abundance of the natural light enters in this property, right? It's raining right now, so you don't really get to see that. However, trust me when I say it enters inside this home. So they even had the shades right over here. Last home tour, we saw that as well, so I can certainly appreciate that. Then you have the clear story windows. So in your 2-story foyer, you have plenty of natural light that enters inside of here. Now we head here. This is our recreation room. Beautiful rec room, and then you have a billiard room, sometimes known as a club room, straight over there, and an additional loft. What more can you really ask for, right? So once you go in here, you see you got the tray ceilings, beautiful accent wall. Look how massive that television is. Tiny House Nation. Love to see it. So you already have your blinds over here. Straight ahead, you are going to have that half bath, so perfect location. And as far as the dimensions are concerned, inside of the rec room, you're going to have 17 by 20. And then over there in the billiards room, 17 by 12. Look at this. So you have the tray ceilings that continues here. Beautiful modern light fixture right above our table right here. And then look at that. You got a full wet bar ready to serve your entire guests, all of them. Then you have this tile accent wall straight ahead right here, adding some nice decor. You got a wine fridge right there, paneled. And then here's your half bath. So wallpaper on all 4 walls, modernized. Then you got that beautiful accent on the mirror, quartz countertops. And then look at that gorgeous cabinetry. Very, very impressive. And then you see the architectural details inside of the ceiling. Just what a wonderful job. Okay, so before we do continue, I want you to see this. So this is the first time I've seen this personally. This is a pearl necklace chandelier. That's what it's called. And I really think it does a great job of standing out, especially whenever you walk in to the foyer. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll start on this wing of the house, and then we'll make our way back around. You got the white oak floors, and like I said, the carpet inside of our bedrooms. So this is going to be bedroom number 3, approximately 13 by 13. That's a queen size bed. You still have your generously sized nightstands. Got this gorgeous wallpaper. And then I'll do a full pan for you. So an abundance of space inside of the bedrooms. Then you will have an ensuite. All of the bedrooms are ensuited, right? And you have a pocket door. And before I get ahead of myself, I talk about this sometimes, right? Where it'd be nice to add a pocket door so that way you don't have to worry about the, doors commingling or, blocking the entry or anything like that. So I can appreciate that they added 2 pocket doors, one separating from the bathroom and then the additional one separating from the closet. So this was gonna have the shower tub combo, the flat panel cabinetry, quartz countertops, gorgeous modern sconce right above there. You got chrome shower head and the spout and the valve, but you do have your shower niche right there. And then decent sized walk-in closet, especially for the secondary bedrooms. So adjacent is going to be the fourth bedroom. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. You already got, look at that. Muhammad Ali right there. The greatest to ever do it, right? But besides that, the king size bed, the 2 nightstands, look at the space between your neighbors, right? You still have a decent amount of space. And then not to mention, you're on over an acre. And you're in Brentwood, Tennessee. So what more can you really ask for? Now, as far as the dimensions are concerned, inside of here, it's going to be 13 by 12. And then now heading into our ensuite, got that quartz right there. And look at that. So if you have little ones, maybe you have a son and a daughter, there you go. Perfect combination between the two right there as far as the rooms are concerned and how they staged it. You won't have a walk-in closet, but you do have a wall closet, so still decent amount of space that you have to work with. And now let's head to the other wing of the house. So imagine coming back out here. I mean, goodness gracious, as far as the entire square footage, and I do apologize, some folks care about that, some others, others don't. The ones that are not analytical as much, it's really just a nice point of reference. As far as living square feet, 6,505, right? So on the first floor, 3,524, and on the second floor, 2,981. And then the total square footage, in Florida, that's quite common, but I've noticed going other places, they really don't care as much about the total square footage, right? As far as the garage, the entry porch, and the patio. But just for reference, 8,169 square feet. So hopefully that means something to you. If not, then disregard. But you have your massive 5th bedroom here. This one is going to be 13 by 14 as far as the dimensions are concerned. That's a queen bed and then your 2 nightstands, but you have a massive ensuite here. And then each one of the sconces were different, right? So changed it up a little bit. Create some pizzazz, like some folks like to say. And then you got your pocket door separating here. So you got your racks over here. You got an additional window right here with your shutters, or with your shades rather. And then you have some additional racks over there. And now what I really think you may appreciate is heading this way. So this is probably the largest flex room I've seen, which is straight ahead. And this is going to be where our second staircase is. But before we get there, you have an additional coat closet over here. So some more storage. So an abundance of storage available inside of this home. And then look at this. So this is a finished storage, right? But really, you can do whatever you please in here. If you wanted to have this as a full study, you can certainly do that. I mean, this would be a perfect place for a study. You already have ventilation. The white oak floors continues this way. And then you have some additional storage right here. This is, of course, a little attic right here with your furnace. So you can store anything you may please in here. But you have plenty of space to work with. Okay, so now as we continue, family, look at what we have here. Have you seen a flex space as big as this? Oh my goodness. So as we're going inside of here, look at what you have to work with. So I appreciate that they staged it as a gym, right? To give you some a nice point of reference. But gosh, you can do whatever you please here. If you wanted to black out those shades right there and then have this as a full media room, you would have a ton of space to work with. But of course, if you wanted to make this as a game room, you can. Well, I mean, you already have the rec room with the club room, but gosh, the possibilities are endless. And if you love to work out, you're gonna certainly appreciate this. And that way you don't have to turn your garage into a full gym. Look at what we have here. And then you already have your mirror ready to go, so you don't have to worry about staring at yourself. Okay, so we've seen the entire house on the first floor and the second floor. Let's go down the second set of staircase, or the second staircase rather, and let's go ahead and take a look at the backyard. So if you haven't let me know so far, I do welcome all your feedback, negative and positive. Of course, if it is negative, you may want to watch this. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, and that way we can go ahead and tailor these home tours to you, your own personal liking, and that way we can bring you the best of the best. Okay, so heading out here, look at this, family. So you don't have to even really worry about it being fenced in. I mean, of course, if you wanted to completely fence this, you can certainly do that. As you can see, you know, I'd say 75% of the neighbors don't fence it in, but I mean, if you're going to be in this beautiful home, you may want some privacy, right? Especially if you have a pool down the road or something like that. But heading in here, this is the epitome of the indoor outdoor living, seamlessly connected. Plenty of space over here for an outdoor dining area. Then as you continue along this way, look at this. You have your full fireplace, beautiful wood fireplace surround. Then right here, you got your mantle. And look at this. And you're elevated a little bit as well. So have a nice view. And then you have a full kitchen over here. Nice little outdoor kitchen. You got refrigeration, your outdoor stainless steel grill right there. And then look at that, the decorative wood on our range hood. So I'm loving what I'm seeing. And then I'll just go ahead and show you the full scope of the entire yard. And other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful AR Homes model right here in Brentwood, Tennessee. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this particular home. Is this something you could see yourself living in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour. Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Foyer, Florida, taking a look at another gorgeous luxury home. And this time we have a model by AR Homes. Now, starting on the outside, family, we do have that modern exterior. You have the stucco, natural stone, and wood look paneling, and it flows seamlessly. Now, as we continue, you have a long driveway that leads you to your motor court. You have a 2-car garage there to the left, and then your additional 2-car garage here to the right. Now, the cool thing is you are going to have the glass panes in the garage doors. So really, you'll notice the contemporary finishes throughout the property. As we do continue, you have a grand covered front porch. Now, look at the entrance here. You'll notice the sleek design and that minimalist look. So you are going to have the modern light fixtures here. You have this access point. To the right, you are going to have access to your garage, and then to the left, you'll have access to the den. Beautiful. So look at the width here. You have this huge pivot door. You see the clear story window right above there too, and you'll notice that theme as we continue in the great room. Outstanding. But without further ado, family, let's get you inside. Okay. So I'll pan you upwards. Right when you walk into the foyer, you're greeted with 16-foot ceilings. Look at the abundance of windows here, bringing in a ton of natural light. Now, as always, before we continue, let's go ahead and show you the front door from the inside. Beautiful. Now, you will notice that they continued the natural stone inside of the property. Not only that, you even see the wood look paneling, and that is floor to ceiling. So before we continue, let's go ahead and take a look at the den. So throughout the home, you will notice the pocket doors. So that discreet minimalist look that folks are really looking for. Okay, so look at the clear story window there. You have the corner windows. Remember, you have that door leading you right out there that we had just seen. You have a geometric accent wall, floor to ceiling too, and then the engineered white oak floors. So the one thing I know you can appreciate is the glass overlooking the great room. Nice subtle touch, and I absolutely love it. Now, as we continue to the great room, beautiful modern light fixture there. You see the seamless transition from the great room to the kitchen. You have the massive sliders as well as the clear story windows. So extremely open and interactive, not to mention your linear fireplace. Look how cool that is. Now, in addition to that, you will have the LED lights that continues from the outside to the inside. So again, the common theme, it is well lit. And then of course, the accent lighting right there for your fireplace. Now, before we continue, I want to go ahead and show you the owner's suite. Now, a beautiful experience. You got your double doors, and look how spacious this is. Outstanding. So you have the tray ceilings with cove lighting, beautiful light fixture. You have your king size bed. In addition to that, you are going to have the massive sliding doors leading you to your owner's lanai. Perfect. So let me know if this is the best owner suite that you've seen, at least this year. You have built-in speakers as well, and then the clear story windows. So again, the common theme, a ton of natural light inside of each and every one of these rooms. You have the double sliding doors leading you to your ensuite, and let's go ahead and take a look at that now. So quite frankly, the home speaks for itself. You have your his and hers vanities. You have a cosmetic area straight ahead. Look at the way those windows surround that mirror there. Beautiful pendant lights. I'll get you a better close-up. a high level quartz, the flat panel drawer fronts here. And I'll go ahead and open up some of those so you can see. So the neat thing is you have the two-tone material for your countertops, and then you have that waterfall edge. So from a practical standpoint, you have a window, so you have that natural light, especially when you're getting ready in the morning. And I know we can certainly appreciate that. Now you are going to have the roller shades as well. Massive freestanding tub here, and then the glass enclosed shower. Plenty of storage, perfect place for your television right there. Am I right? So again, when you are getting ready, you are good to go. Now you are going to have the glass shelving here, porcelain tile, and then the discreet drain down here. Water closet here to the right with the pocket door, and then your primary closet. Beautiful, so extremely spacious, and I love to see it. You have your closet island here, an abundance of built-in shelving. You have the glass cabinet front there too. So for having one closet, there is a ton of space in here to fit an entire wardrobe for you and your partner. So that is good to see as well. Outstanding. And then once you got done in the morning, look at the incredible view. Now again, stay tuned because we will get out there to the lanai a little bit later on. And this beautiful wallpaper. You have the wood trim as well. And then now let's go ahead and continue right here to the kitchen. Okay, so right when you walk in, you have the massive pendant lights right above your island, quartz countertops. You see the waterfall edge again. So again, that seamless look. In addition to that, you have the flat panel cabinet fronts, but look at the two-tone cabinetry as well. So again, a lot of subtle details that really make the difference. So you have a huge undermount sink inside of the island. This is your incredible view. So you can imagine hosting and entertaining and having the entire family inside. Now, as we always do, of course, we're going to go ahead and open up some of these drawers for you. All of them are soft close. You got your trash drawer right down here. And that opens with ease. So you have your Thermador range, 6 burners with the griddle. If you wanted to add the pot filler, you certainly could. And then you have a ton of cabinetry. These are going to be pushed to open, so you'll see the abundance of storage that you get. And then you have a paneled refrigerator. So the freezer on the left side, refrigeration on the right, and it is Thermador. Now you have a built-in oven and microwave, top of the line appliances. And before we continue that way, I want to go ahead and show you around this corner. Now again, if you are hosting Thanksgiving dinner this coming up year, you are good to go. So if you have your family inside of the great room, it's an easy transition over here to the dining area. You have the corner sliders as well. So again, you can get out there with ease. And depending if you are cooking a meal on the grill, you only need to walk a few steps to head inside. Now look at the incredible wine display. You have the LED lighting, custom cabinetry. You have a Thermador refrigerator there, and then your beverage fridge right down here. You'll also notice the cabinetry wraps around on both sides, so that's a neat touch. And then of course, you have the stacked cabinets right above. Outstanding. Now again, this is a pocket door here, and it is separating this room. Look at this. You have the floating ceiling design with the LED lighting, massive sofa here, and then of course you see your pool table, so that's certainly good to see. But again, it is extremely roomy and interactive. And then as I turn your attention over here to the left, look at the built-ins. Absolutely incredible. Now, this is dual entry, so depending on where you're coming from, you can enter this room with ease. You have an additional set of sliders here, so you can open that up and head right out there to your outdoor kitchen. Now, this is going to be the perfect half bath from an entertaining standpoint. You have a quick access door to get you right out there to the lanai, and then you walk a few steps, and here you go. Beautiful wallpaper. We had seen that previously. You have an elegant sconce, custom sink, and then some more flat panel cabinetry. And this will bring you right back out to the dining room. Now, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. We've seen AR homes across states, so it really is awesome to see different perspectives and the way they have staged certain models. Now, as we continue around this corner here, we're gonna head to this hidden pantry. So you can imagine the doors closed, it'll have that seamless look, and this is exactly what you're greeted with. So you have plenty of space for your scullery. Again, you see the shelving that you need. You have the flat panel cabinet fronts again. You have a dishwasher, sink, as well as the secondary refrigerator. All the shelving that you need. So you have hidden shelving as well as open shelving. And of course the under cabinet lighting there. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and continue to this wing of the house. Look at this magnificent laundry room. What more could you really ask for? Now, you are gonna have the quartz again and the flat panel cabinet fronts, but in addition to that, you have the LED lighting, a ton of room for your oversized washer and dryer here. So you have a built-in sink on the left side and then wall-to-wall cabinetry. Let's go ahead and open up some of these for you. And then you can go ahead and sit right here, fold your clothes in peace, right? Beautiful. So we'll head to the right to see the second bedroom, and then we'll work our way around. So you'll notice the continued theme with the soaring ceilings. Love to see that. Built-in speakers, you got the pendant lights and a king size bed. So that really is going to show you the space that you get. And quite frankly, whenever you go into some of these rooms and there's 11-foot ceilings, 12-foot ceilings, you'll notice, especially when you're inside of the room, how airy it feels. Even if the dimensions aren't something that is feasible for you, we can't deny that the soaring ceilings increase the space. Got a walk-in closet here. You see the pocket door again, and your ensuite. Beautiful. So this one is tucked away, as you can see. Outstanding. Now we'll continue to this side. You have your second half bath. You got a floating vanity, custom cabinetry, you got quartz, and that continues upwards too. And can we just give a round of applause to AR Homes for staging their models so well? It's absolutely incredible. Now, we've been in plenty of model homes by different builders throughout, and I really can say they definitely go above and beyond. Now, here you have a queen bed, the two nightstands along with your sconces right there. Beautiful decor. Look at that. You see that fluted design for the drawer fronts. Beautiful. Now here you do have a tub shower combo. You have the chrome fixtures, but it complements that color well. And even down to the clean architectural lines in some of these doors going into the bedrooms. Outstanding. Now, that would be coming in from your garage. We'll see that in just a second. You got your coat closet. Here's your mud room. Look at the floating shelving. Again, the common theme with a minimalist design, and that was certainly intentional. And then your 2-car garage. Remember, you had the additional one on the other side, very similar to this one. So you have epoxy flooring here, and then look at that wood trim. So the common theme, you know, we've been seeing that going into certain rooms, especially when we were going into the primary suite. You saw that natural wood look. Before we continue, let's go ahead and take a look at this bedroom. Okay, so look at the space that you have. These rooms have oversized nightstands, so you still have plenty of room. Now, keep in mind that is a double bed, but you could fit a queen in here comfortably. Ensuite here. You're gonna have a walk-in shower. Honestly, when we go into some of these beautiful models, It makes my job a little bit easier because I don't really have to talk as much. The home speaks for itself. So if I'm quiet, that's exactly why. And then that will bring us right back out here. Can you imagine waking up to this every single day? I don't think you would ever have a bad day. Okay, so now we'll get you right outside, family. I can't wait for you to see this. Look at the soaring ceilings back here. So the stucco and the natural stone continues. You have a double-sided fireplace right there. You know when it's on, it looks absolutely impressive. But look at the volume of the space that you get. Absolutely incredible. We'll have to tackle this together slowly but surely. Now it is extremely open and spacious. Look at how incredible this is. So remember, you have multiple access points to get you inside with ease. Now you have an outdoor dining area here. And then as we continue to the kitchen, look how incredible this is. So you see that wood look paneling right here. You got an island, perfect for bar seating. Perfect. Now you have an outdoor seating area here. Look how incredible this is. I am smiling ear to ear. Now you get the incredible lake view. As you can see, you have plenty of space between you and the neighbors. But then if you want to be a little bit closer, you have this area. Lovely. Now, if you want to lounge and hang out, you can certainly do that. You have a massive pool and spa. And look at that waterfall edge right there. I'm absolutely speechless. Plenty of space. Absolutely exquisite. Now, as we continue right around here, remember there was an owner's lanai, and that is straight ahead. So if you want a little bit more privacy, you just wake up on a Saturday or Sunday morning, right? Before you get your day started, you can head right out here. Now, again, if that fireplace is on, you can enjoy it over there to the right and then here as well. Beautiful. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful luxury home right here in Foyer, Florida. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this beautiful property. Is this something you can see yourself living in? Would you make any changes? And if so, let me know in the comments below. If you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour.